Hi there, my name is Richard McMunn, and in this particular presentation I'm going to give you a short tutorial on book cover design. Now, book cover design is extremely important in your book writing and publishing strategy. I know many authors who have finished their book, they've gone and got the book cover design, they've not put much thought into the process, and they wonder why they don't sell that many copies. Now, I can genuinely tell you and honestly tell you that if you get your book cover design, it doesn't matter how good the content of your book is, you simply will not sell any copies. So it is vitally important that you take on board the advice that I provide you during this presentation, because if you don't get your book cover right, you simply won't sell any copies. Okay, now what I recommend you do is grab a pen and a piece of paper, and once I've finished the presentation, click the link below this YouTube video, go through to my website richard-mcmunn.com, and you will find loads more free videos and information and resources on how to successfully write and publish your books. Now, let me ask you a question. How do you shop for your books? Where do you buy them from? Now, there are still a large number of high street stores operating, but that number is dwindling, and that's because of this on the right hand side, which is Amazon. More and more of us are purchasing our books online because it's easier, there's a wider variety of choice, and also it is faster to get the books sent to us. Now, the process that I'm going to teach you during this presentation does not matter whether you're going to publish a printed or physical book, or whether it's an ebook or on Kindle. It still works the same, but how people shop for books is absolutely pivotal to how we create our book cover design, because those people who go into Waterstones have the time to have a look around, they can touch and feel the book, they can open it up, they can have a look inside, they can have a read, and they can get a feel for the cover. Of course, on Amazon you can still look inside a book through their look inside facility, but you can't touch and feel the book. Therefore, the book cover is absolutely vital to our success. You don't get to see the spine of the book on Amazon. Therefore, the spine isn't as important when selling books online. But we have to be able to understand Amazon as authors and self-publishers. If we understand how Amazon works and how their brilliant sales page works, then we can start to understand the process of how people shop and when they go to click that all-important buy now button. So what we have to do is make sure we get the front cover of our book right, and we have to be able to make sure it stands out against all of the other books on the sales page. Now, so far to date, I've made in excess of £4 million through writing my own books and self-publishing, and I have my book covers absolutely spot on. I always aim for a couple of things. I always make sure that they stand out from the crowd online. Okay, and I also make sure they are simple, and there is a little test which I'm going to get you to do in a little while. So people basically, to answer this question, shop for books online. More and more people are doing that, and that trend is only going to continue. So therefore, the front cover of the book is really important. It doesn't matter so much about our spine anymore. Yes, if we're selling Waterstones, that's great, but you're going to sell more and more copies through Amazon. So let's have a look at the Amazon sales page. I want to quickly go through this because you need to understand how it works in order to sell lots of books. So this is a simple breakdown of the Amazon sales page. Now, this is my book here. It's called Armed Forces Tests. Now, it's a non-fiction book. Now, basically, the book cover image is important because I make sure that it stands out and it is simple. And the test that I was on about a little while ago was, I want to ask you this question. When you look at a book cover online, you can go on Amazon and do this after the presentation. Look at a book cover and don't look at the title or the book description, and ask yourself the question, do I know what that book is about, without reading about the book description? And that is the key test that your book cover needs to pass. Now, of course, it's different when you're writing a fiction book or a novel. That's entirely different. But when you're writing a non-fiction book, that is a test. Does my book cover stand out, and do I know what it is without reading the title on the Amazon sales page and also the book description? So you can see there that mine's about Armed Forces Tests because it's got that on the cover. Okay, it's simple, it looks like a technical manual. Now, a quick tip, when you're generating an actual book title to go on the Amazon sales page, make sure it is based on what people are searching for. Now, I use a tool called the Google Keyword Planner tool. and I'm able to go into Google Keyword Planner and find out what my customers are searching for. When I find out what they are searching for, that is what I call my book. That is the title. So you'll see there that I've called that Armed Forces Tests, and as a subheading I've put practice tests for the Army, RAF and Royal Navy, because that's what people are searching for. Now of course mine is a non-fiction book. It's based on careers. This process works for any kind of non-fiction book. Okay, so don't worry, it still works for any specific genre, whether it's business startup, self-help, NLP, does not matter. It still works for it. So get the cover right, get your title right. Now you'll see there that when you get your book cover right and you get the design created properly, then your book will start to get the snowball effect. I call it the snowball effect on Amazon. Now there's two key areas. The first one is the frequently bought together area. Now you need to get your book to rank on as many pages in this section here, frequently bought together, as possible. Now this book, I'll guarantee you, my Armed Forces test book, is on at least 100 different sales pages in this frequently bought together section. So you can then imagine if you get it on loads of different sales pages, then your sales are going to start to rapidly increase. Now you'll see there across the bottom, this is called customers who bought this item also bought these lists of books. Now it states there where my mouse arrow is, page 1 of 10. That means there's 10 other pages of books that people have bought in conjunction with my Armed Forces test book. Now the more copies that these books buy in conjunction with that, you will eventually move across to the left until you get on the first page, and then eventually move up to the top. So you'll see that the first two books there on the left, which is the orange one and the blue one, have sold more than any others on that page, and then they get the privilege of moving up to the frequently bought together process. Now that is the key with any book. Even if you publish just one book on Amazon, your aim is to get it on as many pages as possible on this area, the customers who bought this item also bought, and also the frequently bought together. Now every single book here on this page belongs to me. Okay, every single book on that page is one that I have authored and self-published. So you can see now why I've made in excess of £4 million, because I make sure the book covers are right, I make sure the titles are right, and also the book descriptions. Now the book description is another tutorial which I want to go into, but that's for another video on richard-mcmunn.com. Now as I mentioned, aim to get your book, even if it's just one, on this row with as many sales pages as possible. Now another key tip. Most authors do not get an author page created. Now if you type into Google or Amazon Author Central, you'll find a link and you can go there and you can create an Amazon author account. Now I recommend that you add an image of yourself and also a biography, because most readers shopping online want to see what you look like. They want to find out a bit about your experience and what you've been doing. Now the Amazon sales page is something that I could talk to you for hours to teach you how to master it. If you want to find out more, again, click the link below the video and you can find out more on my page. Okay, now let me ask you a question. What sells a book apart from the content? Yes, we have to have great content in our book, because if we don't, basically people might start to buy it, but you'll then get bad reviews. So the content has to be great. But there is a saying, don't judge a book by its cover. People say that because we all do. Everybody judges a book by its cover. Book covers and book titles are extremely important. Please, as authors, and I want you to succeed, do not get them wrong. So let's think about book titles, and again, this is for non-fiction books. The Secret. Lots of us have read the book The Secret. It's such a good book title because it draws us into, we want to know what the secret is. That's why that book has been so successful. It's predominantly because of the title, The Secret. It makes people think, what is it? It's aimed around intrigue. It draws us in to find out what's going on within the book. Now I like to use on some book covers numbers, because numbers allow people to understand what they're getting. So instead of writing a book on psychometric tests, I will put 500 psychometric test questions, because that adds weight to the book. So if somebody looking at that will think, I'm getting a lot for my money. So with a number, you can build in value into your book. 7 ways to make £1,000. It's just an example of a book title. Instead of saying how to make money, I'm saying 7 ways to make £1,000. So that means that the person reading it can think, hey, there's 7 different ways here, again, building value into my book of how I can make money. How to make £500 in 7 days. 47 ways to improve your health. 7 weeks to 100 press-ups. Instead of just saying how to do press-ups, I'm putting a time length on it. In 7 weeks you can do 100 press-ups. Now they're just a few examples of really good book titles where I have taken a title and been creative with it. Instead of just having the same old boring title, how to do press-ups, we're saying, hey, in 7 weeks you can do 100 press-ups. That would sell far greater than a book title that just said how to do press-ups. Now, what you need with your book cover, and this will go on the back, is an international standard book number. You need an ISBN, okay? And an ISBN will open many doors for you. I'm going to quickly talk about this because the ISBN and the barcode will go on the bottom right hand corner of your rear book cover. Now, you can order these in the UK from Nielsen Book Data. And again, if you click the link below the video, you can go to my page and I'll provide you with the place where you can go exactly to get your international standard book numbers. In a minute, I'm going to tell you where to go to get the barcode created, because there are a lot of companies out there who will charge you a lot of money to create a barcode for you. You don't have to. There's a free tool, which again, I'll give you on my sales page, where you can get the barcode. So you generate the ISBN number, which is a 13-digit number, you put it onto your barcode, and that has to go on the rear cover of your book. Now, if you do that, lots of doors will open for you. Because if you have an ISBN and a barcode, you can sell to many different booksellers in the UK. For example, if you went on eBay now and typed in Richard McMunn, you'll see there's probably about 400 people selling my books. Now, if I didn't have that barcode and ISBN number, I wouldn't be able to sell any apart from myself. But the ISBN and the barcode will allow you to generate more sales for your book. So you'll be able to sell it, make it available to W.H. Smith's, Play.com, Amazon, eBay, Waterstones, Gardeners Books, which is a main distributor for selling in Waterstones, and thousands of UK booksellers. So make sure you learn the process for getting an ISBN and a barcode for your book cover. Now, with regards to the barcode generator, you can get it from this website, nchsoftware.com. Once you've got your ISBN number, it's quite a simple process to create that barcode, which you then give to your designer to put on the rear cover of your book. So if you click the link below my video, I'll provide the link of where you can go to get that barcode software right now and download it. Now let's quickly get on to the artwork. Now remember the question that I asked you at the beginning of the presentation. It was that test. Remember the test, and I said to you, if you look at a book cover, do you know what it is without reading the title on Amazon and also the book description? So that book cover there, you know exactly what it is. It's about train driver tests because it's called that, and it also stands out. So write this down, guys. With regards to your book artwork, aim for a catchy title. Aim for a title which is based around what people are searching for. It doesn't have to be exactly on the nail with regards to what people are searching for, but it should have within the title certain things that people are searching for, and you can find out by using the Google Keyword Planner tool. Make sure the title are big letters. Big letters, they bold colours that stand out, and always aim for a simple message. Because remember, when people are searching on Amazon, and that's where people are buying books online, they haven't got much time. They have to make quick decisions, and they do that subconsciously. So we need to put in front of them exactly what they're looking for. And try, if possible, to make the colours relevant, and I'll come on to that in a second. But we're trying to put a cover in front of someone that it rings a bell with them in some case. For example, I've got a book on joining the fire service, and obviously that colour would need to be red. Okay, so I'll make sure there's some element of red on the cover. So book cover design, warning, if you get it wrong, you won't sell any books. Now, don't get attached, and this is the same for like if you were going to sell DVDs and do DVD cover design as well as books. Don't get emotionally attached to the design. I know lots of authors who say to me, oh yeah, but I want this on the book cover, I want that on the book cover, because they're thinking about themselves. That's no good. Okay, think about your readers, think about your customers, because they are the ones with the wallets in their pocket. They are the ones who are going to click the buy now button. So don't get emotionally attached to the cover. Aim for a simple yet clear message. If selling on Amazon, bold colours will work better. Okay, try and match the colour to the topic. So as I mentioned, if I was going to sell something for joining the police service, then that would need to be blue. Think about relevancy of colours. Think carefully about any images and make sure you have the rights to the images. If you're going to put an image on the book cover, make sure you own the rights to it. And there are many websites where you can get images from, iStock Photo, Shutterstock, Big Stock Photo, Photolia, etc. Loads of places. So again, if you click the link below the video, go through to my website page and I'll give you some links to where you can get the images from for your book. Don't overcomplicate design, and when you get a designer to create it for you, make sure you give them a specific brief. Now remember that test. Let's have a look at these book covers. Now these book covers are not mine, by the way, okay? Now my own personal opinion of these is they are not great book covers. Ask yourself the question, do you know what these are immediately without having to read a description or the title? Let's start with the one on the left. Now it's got a picture of a skyrocket. Now this one is about 11 plus test papers, which is fine, but when I look at that personally, I look at the cover and I have to think about what it is because there's so much text on it. I'm not really sure what significance the rocket has apart from when I start reading the text. Grade boosting ideas to lift your score. So I sort of get it, but it takes me a little bit of time to see what it is. If I had created that cover, it would have 11 plus slap bang in the middle and maybe a child who was sat down taking a test or something like that. So relevancy for me would be key. This in the middle, Made to Stick, I do not know what that book is about. I've got no idea. I've never read it. I'm sure the content is great, but I do not know what it is about. Remember, if we're selling online, it's important that we put in front of our customers exactly what they want. Now this one on the right hand side, I have got absolutely no clue what it is. Even the title is difficult to read. I can see some jeans there, and that's something like a globe in the back pocket. Now this book cover is called Pocket the Best Jobs in the World. So it's actually a careers book. Okay, so the significance is that you've got in your pocket the globe, it's the world, so you're going to get pocket the best jobs. That to me, and my own opinion, is that is a really awful book cover design because I have to spend time looking at it to find out what it is. And if we make our customers look at what the book cover is about, they won't buy it because they will have moved on to the next book. So remember, keep them very simple. Now these book covers are getting a lot better. Okay, these are really good. Instant MBA, very good book, very good title. We know what that is without having to think about it. An instant MBA gives us the tips and tricks to perform in business like someone would have with an MBA, but we get it a lot quicker. That one, Get Off Your Arse. It's basically a motivational book. Get off your backside. It's about motivation. And here, using the numbers method I spoke about earlier, 100 ways to motivate yourself. We know what it is because the title tells us it on the book cover. Now, Paul McKenna. I've never actually purchased any of his products, but his book covers, in my opinion, are brilliant because they're simple. Now, I don't need to tell you what each of these book covers are. I don't need to tell you what they're about because it tells you straight away. He's also very clever because he puts himself on the front cover of the book and he is promoting himself as the brand because he wants to upsell within his books. He wants to offer different services and products. Now this one on the left is called Quit Smoking Today. I want to ask you a question. Which word on that book cover do you think is the most important and will make people buy? Now a lot of people come back to me and they say, Richard, it's the word quit. No, it's not. The most important word is today. Because again, as individuals and customers, we don't have much time in life. Now if that book said quit smoking in 6 months time, nobody's gonna buy it. But it's clever because it says quit smoking today. So it's instant success, and that's what people want. I can make you thin, a powerful message. I can make you sleep. Again, powerful messages which he's portraying and putting across. But the important thing is these book cover designs are really simple. He's very clever, Paul McKenna, at what he does. He's very good at marketing. So take some advice with regards to how he creates his book covers. He is not emotionally attached to the cover. He's thinking about his customers, which is great. Now I mentioned earlier on about 7 weeks to 100 push-ups. I like this cover because it's simple. I know what it is straight away without thinking about it. It's got the guy on the front who's doing press-ups and he's sweating. He looks really determined, but the title is there. But the great thing about this kind of cover is they can do a series around it. They could do 7 weeks to, I don't know, 50 pull-ups, 7 weeks to 1,000 sit-ups, you know, that kind of thing. It's great because they can add a series to it. Now these are examples of my book covers, okay, that I've done for myself and also for my students who work with me at richard-mcmunn.com on a one-to-one basis. So the one on the left, you know what that is, it's data interpretation tests. The second one in is about becoming a massage therapist. I mentioned earlier on about my How to Become a Firefighter book. You'll see on the front I've put a firefighter on there. It's got the colour red on it because that's what people associate with it. And on here, facial skincare, and it's got pictures of beautiful ladies with, you know, gorgeous skin. So that's the reason why I've created these covers like this, is because they are simple and they pass that test. Don't forget the test of making sure that people know exactly what it is in front of them without having to think about it. You've got to grab their attention very quickly. Okay, now for more tutorials, please don't forget, click that link below the video and I'll provide you with loads of more links about where to get that barcode generator from, where to get the ISBN numbers, also where to get your book cover design created. So go to my website now for more help on how to create your book cover and any other element of the book writing and publishing process, www.richard-mcmunn. Thank you for watching.